live for the knife rights raffle and auction. Of course, we will talk about some other things as well. Let's keep this where I want. Can we do that? Let me know how the audio is for you. You gotta be kidding me. That's awkward. Wow, and this sucker is just kind of. Let's see. Ugh. All right. Well, this is awkward a little bit, but we're gonna make do. All right, I'm gonna get into my video here so that I can see comments. What's up, Chris? Lord willing, we will get my doggone it, you know. How's the audio, guys? What's up, Weston? Hey, Jade. Okay, here we go. Nope, that's not it. Where's my live show? I'm gonna apologize ahead of time for the setup that we're doing here. All right, live. All right. Took longer than it was supposed to. Good deal. All right, I've got comments up here. And okay, so we've got a couple knives, guys. Don't tell me I only grabbed one of them. All right, we've got two knives. One is auctioned and one is raffled. I only grabbed the raffle one. It doesn't really matter for the video, but it is what it is. Let's see, what do we got about color here? Do colors matter? I've got this little thingy, my doodle here, and I don't know that any of these colors matter. Does brightness matter? You go down. I don't think brightness matters. Someday I'll learn how to use this thing. That day will not be today. All right. Since you were talking about knife rights the other day, what's the difference between knife rights and AKTI? Chris, I don't know what AKTI is. All right, so tonight in the beginning of this live video, if you're new to live videos in this channel, how this goes is I usually have a topic, nobody cares about the topic, and within 30 to 45 minutes we're yelling about politics for some reason or another, and it's a great time. I thoroughly enjoy it. What's up, Frank? We are going to try and stay on topic for the beginning of today's video because if you don't know, the NRA show was canceled. American Knife and Tool Institute. I'm not familiar with the American Knife and Tool Institute, so I have nothing positive or negative to say. They could simply be different organizations, potentially like NAGR, GOA, NRA, whatever. So I'm not familiar with them. All I can say is that I've always been impressed with Knife Rights and Doug Ritter. I like what they're doing. I want to help them. So with the NRA show being closed, they typically made about $10,000 in charitable donations at the NRA show. This helped them be able to afford the litigation across the country supporting knife rights and fighting against unconstitutional knife legislation. And trust me, guys, if you've never heard of this before, if you're a gun guy and you don't even know what I'm talking about, knife laws are just as bad in a lot of places, if not worse. It's kind of crazy. And I think at the end of the day, part of the reason why is, for the most part, nobody really cares. But knife rights do. And I do. So this knife is being raffled off tonight. We have 20 tickets. I'm not sure if I will use the people's names or just publicly announce the winner's name. I don't know, if I need to protect anybody's identity, because a lot of my followers don't like don't. They're kind of like me. They don't really want to. Whatever. So, so we're gonna do that first. Next, I'm gonna look at who won the auction on the jackalope. Um, and both of these knives will be coming with a handwritten letter by myself. I think that will help someday when it comes to value, if somebody cares. Probably not in the short term, but I think it will in the long term, because people are really excited about Exodus Knife and Tool. It's doing phenomenally. And although Exodus Knife and Tool has primarily just been paying for itself as I make my money through Beach and Tactical, I do think that there's great potential for my long-term income to be from Exodus Knife and Tool as opposed to Beach and Tactical. And so, there could be some payoff there. What's up, Cy? Um, so, man, it looks like my video quality is going down the crapper here. That's interesting. So what we're gonna do, we have got making sure that I've got no more raffle tickets being purchased. We have 20 raffle tickets that have been purchased for this. By the way, so this is an Exodus Knife and Tool collaboration knife. This is a prototype. I will have for sale 8 of these prototypes pretty soon. It's, let's see, Dark Sea. Ohio just got some laws changed this year. We can now carry pretty much any knives now. Each county and city can still create individual rules, unfortunately. One step in the right direction. So I actually missed a lot of emails and have been behind on social media because I've been in Ohio for the past couple days, in the Wayne National Forest. And on my adventure, I picked up a couple of bricks. One from the town that Rocky boots are made that I found in the ground, and then another one for the brick factory that made the other brick. And what's interesting in this region of Ohio, I also have a Hocking Hills brick. I don't know why, guys, but y'all have super unique stamped bricks in your area. I've never seen anything like that. So when I see ones in a trash pile or stuck in the ground, I grab it. Pretty cool. Definitely just got distracted. So we're going to have 8 more of these. They're a little bit different. We have a little bit longer blade length, a few changes. This is the first prototype for the Exodus Knife and Tool Bear Force Knives collaboration. This was donated to me for this raffle for Knife Right. So guys, if you haven't already, please please check out Bear Force Knives. They're made in America. He does really good quality stuff, and he is always willing to support and help the channel and the things that I'm passionate about. It's pretty amazing. So Bear Force Knives, Instagram, Facebook, and bearforceknives.com. I hope you guys can't hear my youngest screaming in his room. So Sai said, I've always carried a knife and it's never changing, even if I gotta put it in my boot covered by my jeans. Yeah, so same here. And hey, what's up, Max? Good to have you. Let me know if my sling came in. I'm supposed to know this, but I owe you a sling, unless I already got to you. There are sections of Wayne National that has those bricks as a partial ATV trail. They have the stamps you're talking about. That's where I was. That's where I got them. So, randomly stuck in the ground. They're actually off the trail a little bit. Look like they've been there for quite some time. But, all right, so we're going to do the random number generator, and I will let the winner know that they won. Hopefully nobody wants to keep their... Hopefully the winner won't want to keep their identity a secret. Ooh, that's an article I want to read. Just picking up Google, we'll go to random number generator. It says, finished reading Dune. Read these 6 sci-fi books and series next. I need to know about that because I'm out of sci-fi series. I started doing Ender's Game. A couple of the books had my attention, and then they just lost me. I was just like, I had to stick it out through a lot of books, but I got really sick of that one. Just didn't do it for me. Big time book nerd, guys. All right. Let's see if I can do this where you can see it before I can. The light might make it difficult. The focus might make it difficult.
Want me to push it?
No. All right. 14. Now I'm getting all excited to see who 14 is. Mariah Rodriguez. You are our winner. That's awesome. So, I will be contacting you, Zach Hunter, Mariah Rodriguez. You guys are so Black Company series. I'll have to do that, man. So excited for you, Zach and Mariah. And these guys are just long-term subscribers, always been supporters. So excited for you guys. And I hope that you love it. Okay, so that's over with. Now I actually have to go to my YouTube to look at my other video, Sword of Truth series. I have not. I'll look into that. What I'm doing right now is I'm going to... Gotta go back. I'm going to look at my other video, look through my comments and find the highest bidder, and the highest bidder is going to win the jackalope. All right, so guys, if the winner of the jackalope doesn't get back to me by next week, so Sai said I should make blacked out or blued knives, less reflections in the woods. I actually have had made quite a few knives with an ion bond DLC finish. Absolutely fantastic finish. Absolutely beautiful. A lot more is coming. And actually what I was planning to do for knife rights before this, and I'll still be doing this, I'm just doing this on top, is I am going to have a high carbon steel, highly finished jackalope sent to Turnbull Restoration for their amazing bluing. It's gonna knock everybody's socks off with like presentation grade desert ironwood. I'm gonna pay for the whole thing out of pocket, and we're gonna sell it and give all of the money to Knife Rights again. And so I think the plan will be to do that once a year. You know, if we do it more than once a year, you know, that's how it goes. And the hardest thing about the donation is not the money that I'm giving. It's the hardest thing is the production schedule, especially with COVID. Getting stuff made right now is just really difficult. It's so easy for me to get distracted, guys. I apologize. We're looking for... all right, so it would appear that our winner is at $325. Frank Berry. I will be reaching out to Frank Berry on Telegram. Both of these knives, again, will be shipping with a handwritten letter. And Mariah Rodriguez, Zach Hunter, Frank Berry, I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate you helping me help Knife Rights. And I'm absolutely happy to do it. So this has been great. Let's see, he's on Telegram. Guys, Telegram. It's a good deal. Max, my kukri design is on Alan Kay's Grail wish list. And it hasn't been in production for a long time, and we're hoping that White River Knives will produce it. So, pretty excited about that. Knives by hand. I am familiar with knives by hand. Um, um, as far as I know, he makes really good stuff. I know him uh, over the years. We had an argument at one point about what a hewing axe is, but that's because I am the person that I am. I think he does great work. His kukris look beautiful. I hung out with him at Blade Show one year with my other friends, and my buddy Luke at the time was very young, and he gave him a mini kukri. We called it a lukri, and that was great. All right, let me comment here. You win. That's my marker, and I've got it written down here. And now I'll just get back to the comments here. History. Okay, see what I've missed. So I didn't see where Alan K blued a kukri. That's really cool. Bluing is nice. Now, as a manufacturer, bluing knives is a little risky because the market is so finicky, and a lot of people, bluing is not technically food safe. So if you blue your knife and you use it for your food and something happens, I told you it was not food safe. With that being said, I am completely confident I could eat all of the food that I ever eat for the rest of my life with a blued knife and never have a problem. So um, I'm going to sell them regardless. And for all of the people that about um, complain about whether or not it's food safe, then they could just complain away and don't buy one, or do buy one. Um, whatever. So he said Max said he did it simply to bring down its signature. So I haven't seen what he did and what he could have done. What I would guess that he did. Normal bluing normally doesn't bring down a knife signature very much. What I'm guessing that he did is what Crack He0. Oh yes, it is technically rust. That is correct. It's rust that's been all of the extra rust has been stripped out. But I'm guessing Alan did, and I could be completely wrong because I haven't seen it. I'm guessing he didn't chemically blue it. I'm guessing that he rust blued it. And when I went to the Alone Shows boot camp for season 2, the kukri that I brought was rust blued. It was the best rust bluing patina that I'd ever done. I left the knife out in the grass for like a month in the rain, and when I wiped all of the surface rust off of it, it was mind blowing, and that finish was amazingly tough. Definitely my favorite method of blade coating. But don't worry, I won't sell your knives like that. Your knives that I sell will be absolutely pristine. Will I be at the Tactical Response New Year's campout? Sam Russell asked. So every single year, I absolutely want to go at the Tactical Response campout. I plan to do it every year. And then Mariah, my wife, does this. New Year's kiss. And so she doesn't want to go to it because she's kind of indoorsy. But she doesn't want me to go to it because she wants to spend New Year's with me. I'm going to make it. Doggone hell or high water at some point. We'll just have to see how that goes. Maybe someday I will take my children to it and leave her alone, either as a reward that so she can enjoy a celebration without her children, or as a punishment. I'm not really sure which that would be. I guess she could figure it out after I leave. So, none of the Black Rifle trolls have showed up. Most of them only exist on Instagram and have meme accounts with like 200 followers. for some reason they think that them and their 200 followers can burn my business down, like so many other people have said and thought. But I would think that they would like get more significant before they thought that they could do something. I'm not exactly sure how or why it works, but I was kind of hoping some of them would show up because you guys would love the things that these guys say. Um, like I said, they just mostly lurk around Instagram. It's weird. So, all right. Is there anything that you guys want to talk about? I need to talk about at some point Colonel. What's his name? The Marine Corps dude. I've got amassed a little bit of an opinion on him from doing some research, and I guess the safest way to put my opinion on him is that I hope for the best and expect the worst. Max, October is going to be a really, really busy month for me, but I would love to go do Fighting Pistol again. So Sam said the camp out is a 2-night thing. You could make her happy and then head over on the first. Why I've never thought about that? I don't know. Maybe I could leave my house, give her her New Year's kiss, and leave at 12:01 and get there in the morning. It's a fantastic idea. I like it. Do any of you guys have any questions? Are any of you curious about the Black Rifle controversy? Is there anybody else that you guys specifically want me to look into? Do any of you guys have some juicy information on people who are secretly dirtbags that somebody else doesn't know about that you want to send to me? Let me know, because actually, a lot of the stuff that's on this channel, the sources that I get, people send to me. People are like, yo, dude, I served with Evan Hafer. Check this out. He's a doggone socialist. And I'm like, whoa, cool, man. Thanks for reaching out. Very sweet. Please send pictures. Sam said, I hadn't thought of it because Marines plan better. Maybe not that colonel, though. The colonel. So the planning. So his most recent video, he's got a chess layout, but it's some kind of Masonic chess, and it's a specific play that he has on the board. He's in a school bus, the door's open, you can hear the traffic. We have written notes over the doorway that you can't quite read. There are some red flags that have been purposely placed. So, you know, is he actually what he's looking like? Is he hey, thank you, Sai, appreciate you. Is he legit? Check out Prepared Patriots last live stream, man. It was a good one. My guess is the whole way through you will be screaming yes, yes at the video. I'll have to do that then. The Prepared Patriot, I don't even know if I follow them. But so we've got these red flags for this colonel. And here's the problem, guys. The problem is the only way that we can verify or validate anything is by personally knowing the situation or absolutely. Oh, they're in the class for the fight, the Prepared Patriots. Oh, yeah. Dang it. Those guys. I think I needed to get a hold of them and I forgot to. Oh, man. I always forget everything. Chris, what are you looking for pictures for? Let me know. Dang it, I forgot about that. Okay, so the colonel. So let's be real. You or I, we are probably not super people. probably not linked into the system. Um, so can you really know that this colonel is not being paid by, say, some other three-letter agency now? Like, you know how Lon Horiuchi got his job, right? He went through West Point. He grew up as a Japanese child in an internment camp. Internment camp's probably not the right word for it. Maybe it is. Hated white people. The government was like, oh, we have this incredibly talented dude who really hates white people. Let's use him to go murder white people. Boom. Ruby Ridge. Boom. Waco. We've got people walking out of a building with their hands up after they've been told that if they come out peacefully, they won't be harmed, and they're mowed down with a machine gun by Lon Horiuchi. And he gets off scot-free on both things, by the way. And by the way, also, when people are always talking about what's honorable and who's honorable, well, Delta was on the ground at Waco illegally, by the way. Thank you, Clintons. And this is way back then. Max says that Chipman's nomination was a distraction. It seems to me like everything's a distraction, but I am all ears about that. And guys, a lot of people come to me with questions asking me about all of this different stuff, and they expect me to be really up to speed on stuff. I'm not necessarily. When someone gets me spun up like Black Rifle, I can be pretty up to speed like for a while. But like I've got two businesses that I'm running. I've got this house, kids, family that I'm working with, this YouTube channel. I got to go on adventures. I've got a little homestead thing. I can't stay up to speed on everything, but I am interested in all of them. And speaking of which, one of the people that left my Facebook page bad reviews on Beach and Tactical, Andrew Yates, I think it is, says that it's just too dang obvious. They had to know it would get thrown out, and the next nomination is the one to worry about. Max, that thought process scares me about a lot of things, up and down. But anyways, yes, I can see that happening for sure. Oh, yeah, but he lied and said he had a sling. He won't prove it, but he's talking about, I could buy your business 10 times over, this, that, and the other thing. And I was like, well, we already know you're a liar because you don't have my sling. You never did. You made two clearly fake accounts to leave bad reviews on my Facebook. So you're clearly a liar with like self-confidence issues, being a sycophant for freaking Black Rifle Coffee and JT, Jared Taylor, JT Article 15, Black Rifle Coffee's little guy. So you just got this dude who's just freaking all on the coffee knob, and he starts sending me these messages about how much money he has. Cool. Like, you won a lawsuit? Like, cool deal. And so he just is trying to convince me that I'm a loser and he's a winner because he's more successful than me because of what's in his bank account. And I couldn't care less about what's in my bank account, which is probably why there's not much in my bank account. But what I'm investing in is this homestead, my family, my skills, my knowledge, like my value as a human being, which my investment in my personal value in my human being is based on principle and integrity, and I'm constantly trying to invest in that because I need to value myself. And I can't do that if I'm a little dirtbag making fake accounts to go crap on some small veteran-owned business because it makes my bunghole feel good when Black Rifle Coffee gets up in there. So, um, and scripturally, as a Christian, um, you're not supposed to be prideful of anything that you have done or that you have, because everything that you have is given to you by God. So why are you going to be prideful and boastful about what you've been given? These are just the kind of these meme pages and losers. They're blowing up my inbox and the comments, and it doesn't bother me at all because I don't value them as human beings. But it's kind of sad though. Like legitimately, it's legitimately sad. It's a bummer. And Black Rifle owns these guys. Uh, Redbeard, Josh, how you doing, buddy? No, sorry, you didn't win. Um, Not as far as I know, unless you put in an auction bid for over 325 on the jackalope. But I'm guessing that's not the case. I didn't see it. Max says the reality is that the people that are aligned against freedom in general play the long game really well, and for the most part, we don't. Here's the thing, guys. So I'm doing this. Yeah, get your swole on, buddy. I'm doing this YouTube channel. I'm doing this little homestead. I'm doing these businesses because what I value is my personal freedom. And the reason that people who value their personal freedom will never get as far as people who are willing to piss on your freedom for whatever reason is because all of the people that believe in self ownership and freedom just want to be left alone. They just want things to be right. They just want people to be honest. They just want to do good work, get paid what they earned, to, keep the land and the possessions that they have earned and use them as they see fit and give them as they see fit. And they don't want people telling them what to do or taking their stuff. And that's really extreme in today's day and age, but it's also not good in the long run for promoting any agenda. Whereas, if your agenda is to enslave an entire population and make millions of money, what in tarnation? Millions of dollars. You can meet some other people who have the same agenda, and you can all work together to screw the little guy. Like all of these freaking Fruit Loop sick call rangers are trying to do. And look, they're not trying to destroy my business. I don't think they're genuinely stupid enough to think that they'll ever make a dent in my business in any way. They're making me money because they're spreading my memes and stuff like that. And followers are pouring in, and orders are pouring in, and they're doing a part of that, and they have to know that. All they want to do is be irritating because they hate their lives and they want someone else to hate their own life as much as they do, and that's not going to work. So, they're trying to become a veteran statistic. It's sad. They do a good job at it. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, guys, let's see. They want a reaction. Yeah, absolutely they do. And to some degree, I give them a reaction, and that's my own fault. But if I get them riled up a little bit more, and they share my stuff more to mock me, I make more money. So, it is what it is. But what I have learned through that is Evan Hafer and Jared Taylor insult people the way that I like to insult people. And I've always tried not to, but it is what I like to do. It is really pretty much the same style as what my inner man wants to do, and I have done on occasion. And seeing them do it, which I'm not too familiar with, I guess I just haven't had much to do with the veteran community in a long time, at least not in a toxic way. Seeing them do it has made me realize um, how important it is for me not to do it, and how I really do need to watch what I say and how I say it if I want to have an effect. Because, like Evan Hafer being like, I own Black Rifle Coffee, Special Forces, and then talking about American Gun Chick and being like she's a gutter slut that's only worth having an infantry train being ran on her and being dumped in a dumpster dead, or and all this other kind of crap that he's saying. Um, and then she responds absolutely with class and tact, and just makes these dudes look like idiots. It's fantastic. But it's so easy for her to do because of what they're saying. And that type of insult is something that I've been guilty of myself, of taking it like all the way. And it's just, and seeing other people do it, I'm just like, does this dude realize what an idiot he's making himself look like? Okay, a few more things here. Thoughts on Biden's vaccine mandate speech? It's going to get worse. Just like everybody's been saying this entire time from the very beginning, it's going to get way, way worse. All of the conspiracy theory guys that have been proved correct over and over and over and over and over again recently are right about all this crap, guys. I mean, it's because it's so obvious. The only people that don't understand what's going on don't trust their gut feelings, and purposely don't understand because they don't want to understand, because they can't even accept it. Because if they accepted it, they'd have responsibility to do something about it or to say something about it. They're cowards. Bad deal. Redbeard Blades asked if my interview came out. So if you didn't know, Jared Taylor, JT Article 15, one of the production guys allegedly for Black Rifle Coffee, is supposed to be making an interview with me without me, because they're too much. They're too cowardly to actually do an interview with me, because I just make them look like the people they are, and they'd lose more money potentially. And I've actually got another theory about that too. But because they actually don't need their current support base anymore, I don't think, because they're getting ready to go completely mainstream, and actually their subscription services and their core audience is actually probably detrimental to what they want to do ultimately. Which means if you're the gun shop selling Black Rifle Coffee, if you're the mom and pop shop selling Black Rifle Coffee, if you're the dude jumping on the internet to Black Rifle Coffee, you're about to get crapped on. And if you're the gun shop or small mom and pop shops, you are about to get crapped on, because all of these gas stations locally are starting to pick up Black Rifle Coffee. And I heard, I can't prove it, but allegedly Amazon is picking up a lot of their fulfillments and shipping. And these guys are going to become the pseudo uh, um, protagonist to Starbucks, but really they're the exact same thing as Starbucks. And once they get to that point where the coffee's everywhere, they don't need you. And actually, they need plausible deniability that they were never associated with you in the first place when they go mainstream, and they don't want to be associated with that. And I think that's what really all of this is about, is they want to piss on conservatives and toe the line with the agenda and everything else, because they want to go to mainstream. And all of you hard charging actual veterans are kind of in the way of that, right? You're too extreme for the image that they want to be giving. Kind of like Grunt Style, when they fired all of their veteran artists and just started putting out filth for golf and racing and stupid crap. Okay, do you have any advice for people who may soon need to become self-employed? I'm sorry. Start as soon as you freaking can. Work as hard as you freaking can. And hope that your business is viable by the time they try and chop your nuts off. On the flip side, PayPal and these commies like BRCC, they're all working together to try and make you starting a small private business impossible. They're actively searching for far right extremists to close their PayPal account down. That sounds like some conspiracy theory crap stuff, right? But every single person who has a PayPal account got an email saying exactly that, whether or not you read it. They're actively searching for far right wing extremists to close all of their online banking capabilities. And once that's done, and we dump the Federal Reserve and our fiat cash system for a state-based cryptocurrency, you're going to be in a freaking hurt locker. And so am I. So, no good news there. Just freaking get ready for a suck fest. Freaking good luck. Like this is what I'm dealing with. I mean, I got it. Any advice for those still on active duty being forced to get the vax? Can you pull strings? Can you fake it? Can you just not? Can you do some drug deal? Can you do some favors? Can you figure something out? Can you get someone to hook you up? That's my advice. Try hard. So Trey said buy land and gold. Here's the problem. They're not going to let you have land. Maybe buy a doggone RV and gold. Maybe buy a boat and gold. Brandon Davis said, yep, I have several friends that are banned for life from PayPal for selling goods associated with guns. Yeah, our local gun shop here, that happened to them for selling on Gunbroker, which accepts PayPal still. It's interesting how they selectively get the little guys, isn't it? Kind of like me and Amazon. They get the little guys out for no reason. The big guys can break all the rules, but the little guys get stomped out. It's just like everything else in business. That is crony capitalism. That is fascism. And the reason that is fascism is the government and corporations going hand in hand to crush the little guy also leads to government corporate ownership and corporate government ownership. And we're deep in it, have been for a long time. And the only reason that conservatives don't want to admit that we're fascist is because Democrats say that we're fascists. We can't have that! They got to be wrong! No, they're idiots. They're saying it for the wrong reason. They're only saying it because it's a psyop and they're too stupid to know it. No, they're right. And they're making you too afraid to admit it so that you won't do anything about it. So he said, so my daughter's her Marine Corps, so their doc, she takes care of the medical. Any Marines that refuse the vax are being deemed undeployable and quickly being drummed out. You know, that's what's going to happen in the short term is you're going to be undeployable. You're going to be refused any school slots. You're going to be refused promotion boards or any boards. And you're going to be put on turd detail until they can sweep you out the door. I sometimes regret getting out when I did. I do. And because I know that my position, had I stayed in, especially had I reclassed, having the bling that I had on my chest, having my deployment, having the experiences that I had, the mindset that I had, and the physical capability that I had would set me up pretty good in some other capacity. The problem was my injuries made it pretty difficult to stay infantry. So I have many, many times kind of regretted getting out when I did, or how I did, or with how much I accomplished that I did. And everybody said that, like, when Evan Hafer referred to me as E4, that was the dumbest insult that ever existed, and it is. But he knew what it meant, because getting out in 4.5 years um, as a specialist is normal. What he's saying is that I'm normal. It doesn't matter that I could have re-enlisted and picked up my 5 directly after my deployment in 2 years, that I was a team leader for 2 out of 4.5 years, that I freaking ran a lot of stuff and did a lot of stuff, um, you know, and I got my airborne, I got my air assault, I got my gold shoots and smear. Um, I was a Coist commander, did all of this stuff, working with military intel and all of these other guys. None of that really matters. What he's asserting is the fact that the rank that I was holding when I got out was normal, and I am nothing extraordinary. And really, at the end of the day, it's true, but I prioritized something outside of the military and the government. When I got out and got my bachelor's degree in domestic terrorism and homeland security, thinking I'd go be an alphabet boy for some reason, uh, I had to come to terms with the fact that that wasn't going to work for me, that I wasn't going to make that money, and that maybe just having the small piece of land, the small house, the homestead, and my own businesses was the better way to go and fly under the radar. And so it's going to be funny to all of these Black Rifle coffee boys that they can show off their bank accounts for some reason, um, until, if they're actually conservative, they get the hammer dropped on them, and then all of a sudden they're like, crap, I wish I'd flown under the radar and used my brain. They'll never, of course, put together like that crazy guy at the Prepper's Bunker did, because they can't self-actualize because they're children. But yeah, it's hard, to measure your success. Like I said, I'm investing in myself, and my family, and my little farmstead, and my business, um, and that's more important. It really is. Um, but is it always the easiest thing? Is it always the most fun thing? Not always, but I'm happy every day, really, and they hate their lives. So I said, I love America, but I hate all this. So I said, I'm 23. Well, at least I had a little taste. Yeah, I got out when I was when I was 23. So Crack the Zero said might be a good idea in accepting Zelle or crypto for payment. So I'm a little bit into crypto, and I could accept crypto for payment, and I'm probably going to start working on that. But I have a feeling when they crack down on electronic currency and then get rid of our current fiat cash system and go to a government cryptocurrency, that they'll outlaw all other cryptocurrencies. So I do think that I'll start accepting crypto. I think it's a good idea to diversify, and I think it might buy me some time, but I think that's all it'll do. The Suckfest is coming. It's coming soon. . Sam said I got out as an E4. Warrior in the garden sounds like a good life. Not the life that I envisioned when I joined. Not the military I envisioned when I joined. So Redbeard Blade says, well, after 2 Scoops Joe announcement yesterday, we are all probably going to pick a side soon. I'm sure BRCC will be very quiet, which will show everyone what side they are on. It won't show everyone. I wish it would. It should. But what Black Rifle Coffee did right was they created a lifestyle brand. So when people bring that coffee brand into their personal lifestyle, it becomes a part of who they are. It's much harder for them to drop it once they do that. It's the magic of marketing. And of course, who's done better at marketing than a couple of alphabet boys with an unlimited budget, and they don't have to do their own editing. I could do some pretty good videos if I had a couple more cameras, a camera guy, and I didn't have to do my own editing. And I've got to say, it would be a lot of fun. I mean, must be nice. If there's one thing that I'll say about Black Rifle Coffee, if Jared Taylor is doing a big part of their editing, which some of their videos I think were by Boston Dynamics, or the company that did the video editing for Boston Dynamics, whatever, however that works. But you know, for whatever Jared Taylor does, everything that I've seen him do, production quality is exceptional, and having a guy like him around to put stuff together, it's amazing. Um, I don't know that I'd have him like be the ankle biting lapdog and run around the internet trying to protect the honor of the company he's working for. But it's probably just what he likes doing. I mean, it's a small price to pay to get that kind of editing. The guy is, if for what he does, for what I can see, it's good. And I do wish I was good at that. Honestly, I wish that I had the passion and the drive for high quality editing and production quality. But if I have the capabilities to do a lot. I was really good with a lot of computer programs growing up, especially AutoCAD and stuff like that. I'm a pretty good learner, but it becomes work. And if the YouTube became solely work for me and I hated doing it, then I wouldn't do it. So basically, you're going to get crap production quality or you're going to get nothing here. And that's just the way it's going to be. So, yes, Crackhead Zero said, oh my gosh, I said Crackhead Zero. his YouTube handle is Crack the Zero. So embarrassed. Said the security and anonymity of crypto really depends on which coin you are using and how you store it. Whew. Oh, Max, yes, I did see that you posted the sling. I'm probably still a little bit tired from my camping trip. You know, one night on the couch, that counts as a full good night's sleep. Well, it's a half night's sleep. It was late, whatever. But couch is good. And then one night on the ground, I didn't bring a pillow or a mat, and I decided to be stubborn and not make a pillow. So just sleeping on the ground, what I usually do. Old habits die hard. And then last night I got in really late, so I think my head's just not all. I'm not fully recharged yet. Sai said only Bitcoin, the rest are jokes. After taking the fight, peace sounds good. Well, if you got out to find peace, you're going to be disappointed. Crack the Zero said, I think I just need to change my username. I've had this account since I was 13. My username on a lot of stuff is Beachmaster. I totally understand. Have a good night, Redbeard. I'll talk to you soon. Let me know if you need anything, buddy. Eric, I appreciate it, man. Guys, I'm going to turn in. If you guys want to educate me on cryptocurrency, you can send me an email at thepreppersbunkeroutdoors@gmail.com. By the way, the Preppers Bunker Outdoors is a regrettable name. I hope that the Black Rifle guy, Coffee guys, put that in the video because it is like it's cringe. Also, I asked him to do a premiere. I don't think he's going to do the video, by the way. I don't know if I already mentioned that, but I asked him to do a premiere so I can film myself watching it because I think that would be hilarious. But I think that they are smart enough to do a video that mocks me but isn't directly tied to me so that I will not get anything from it. I think they're gonna hit a fine line of screwing me without. We'll see what they do. I'm kind of excited, but I'm excited if they do it. I don't think they're going to. Monero. All right, but anyways, yeah, I've got a business call for some knife nerd manufacturing business stuff. So, guys, have a wonderful evening. Thank you for tuning in. Huge thanks to the winners. I'm going to try and get these shipped off soon. It'll probably be Monday. Y'all have a blessed evening, and I will talk to you soon.